Half a century may have passed, but when it comes to navigating the Oxford Canal, the lads from Thanet haven't lost their touch. This is a landmark moment, because Hainault Wharf near Banbury is where they originally set off on their boys' own adventure back in the day.
So we got a coach from Margate, we all met up in Margate, got on the coach to London, and then got on the coach up at Hainault and got off and walked all the way down the hill, not realising how far it was, dragging our suitcases, and bags. And when we came in 1976, they closed the entire network because of the drought. So where we started here at Hainault, we could only go up to the furthest lock and then come all the way back down. So we spent a week traversing the locks. Yeah.
They gave us a rowing boat.
They chucked in a rowing boat, so we had a rowing boat to mess about.
Which one of us fell off of. So.
Yeah. But basically it was get the ordnance survey map out and see how far it was to walk to the next village, which is basically how we spent our time, sort of trekking backwards and forwards to the pubs. So, and that was it, but we just had a fantastic time anyway, because it was our first time doing it.
Yeah.
So it was a big adventure really.
Hainault Wharf is the canal's equivalent of the motorway services, where you can do your maintenance, fill up with fresh water, have a bite to eat. But whatever you're up to, the pace is slow. And that suits the Dane Court old boys from Broadstairs, now that most of them are retired.
Waking up with a few more aches and pains this time around.
Yeah, we were a little bit more supple then in those days. We'd never been on a boat before, and it's quite odd because it had a steering wheel, whereas these have a tiller. It had a steering wheel, and because I was the only one who could drive a car, I was the one who was made to steer first of all, and all I did was sort of fishtail up the canal.
The friends took to life on the canal again like ducks to water. Everyone mucks in, taking turns with either some of the manual tasks or keeping the kettle topped up for a round of coffees.
It is a long time, but it does feel like yesterday. Once we got back together and on the boat, then it just seemed like we hadn't really been away.
The years just melted away, and we very much sort of went into the same sort of, banter and sort of friendship that we had 50 years ago. So, it was no different in some aspects than it was in 1976. We're pretty much the same people, aren't we, once we're together?
Just the laughter. I mean, there's been bits where we've just laughed and laughed and laughed, haven't we? Yeah, I think so.
I don't think when we were 18, 19, we really appreciated the countryside. We were all busy looking at the map, trying to find the next pub, really. But now, especially when the weather was really nice and sunny, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful part of the world.
It is peaceful. It is relaxing. You do just unwind, really.
This trip, the dandelion and burdock, or possibly a crafty beer, were swapped for a glass of bubbly, courtesy of one of the wives back home in Kent. It's all gone swimmingly. So what about a 60th reunion?
Yeah, with wheelchair access, would be great.
I'd be up for it. Yeah, I think so. If we've all got the health still, and
We'd like to. I mean, if we're
capable,
able, yes.
still here.
We might have to. Yeah, we might have carers who will follow in the boat behind. Yeah.
So they sailed off towards Upper Hayford and the drive back home to East Kent. Friendships intact, and many more smiles to top up their anecdotes of life on the Oxford Canal. Wesley Smith, ITV News, Hainault.